Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host of The Devil's Advocate. My name is Robert Kane, better known as Chris Gray on Facebook. I tried, by the way, I tried to go live with this feed. There was somebody of an opinionated nature who really thought he could debate myself on one stone cold fact regarding Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. One stone cold, hard reason why the American people should vote for Joe Biden. And every time I came back with a question, asking him simply over and over again, just why anybody should vote for Biden. Anybody should vote for Kamala Harris. I wasn't given a straight answer. I wasn't given dialogue. I wasn't given any sort of facts. I was just met with a bombardment of questions about Trump. And very much misleading information, by the way. I'm here today, on this absolutely glorious, it's kind of muggy out, but it's a beautiful day here in the country heart, in the heart of the country. And I am coming here not as a Trumper, not as an American, like I've lived in both countries. I'm coming here as a human being. All right? That's what I'm coming to you as. And as a human being, we have to think with common sense. One of the biggest topics I find when it comes to Kamala Harris is this rhetoric call for defunding every police department in the United States, and in Joe Biden's own words, reimagining policing. First of all, you can't reimagine something, okay? You could have a vision. You can imagine. You can't reimagine anything, okay? If you look up, reimagining in the dictionary, if you ask Google, like I can go on Google right now and say, hey, Google, what is reimagining? And you won't get an answer, okay? There are just dumbfounded presidents. Okay? Presidents, I don't mean people. I mean presidents, theories that Donald Trump is a failed businessman. You guys not realize just recently he won over $38 million in the back courts that he gave a loan to this gentleman who was an Arab prince, actually. And what happened was this man defaulted on his loan to Trump. So Trump ended up in some debt, right? Originally, the loan was actually for, I think, over about $12 or $15 million. Donald Trump was awarded $38 million through the back courts. And this gentleman had no choice to pay it. I mean, that guy, Hassan, is a multi-millionaire. So he paid the money. And the case was settled out of court and everything's good. But what I'm asking people, simply just on that basis alone, how is that failure? To get $38 million on a loan that was only about 12 or 15 million, actually $15 million is what it was for. How is getting $38 million back on a bad loan considered failure? It wasn't Donald Trump that failed on the loan. It was that individual who got that loan from Trump that failed to meet the loan payments. So they ended up in court. This is what happens, of course. People these days have a right to keep things dragging through courts for years and years and years before they have to pay anything, and often at the expense of taxpayers. Thanks to Donald Trump's bank regulation cuts, people aren't allowed to do that shit anymore. If you fucking owe money, you gotta pay it. You have a specific amount of time that you have to fucking pay it in, and if you don't, You can get your house repoed. You can get your fucking cars repoed. Oh, the Rolex on your fucking hand, you can get that repoed. You know what I mean? Your wife's wedding band, get that repoed. The bottom line is, everybody has responsibilities to meet. Now, in regards to Joe Biden, I'm going to call out brass tacks as it is. The man is a liar. The man is a fucking pedophile. Anybody that disputes that, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay? You don't know what you're talking about. The man is a fucking pedophile. And he attempted to rape Tara Reid. He got his private security detail to actually park outside of her house when she lived in the state of California, harassing her to the point where she had to move. She ended up moving to Australia and gave her story to the Australian media. First of all, this goes out to Tara Reid, that you are a brave young woman. I wish you all the best. And I am so grateful that you came forward. It took a lot of courage, and I wish you absolutely nothing but the best. Getting back to Joe Biden. Why was the recent debate that they were supposed to have canceled? I'm not talking about the town halls. The town halls are already coming past. They were supposed to have their final debate just recently. And Joe Biden's fucking presidential campaign team canceled out at the last second. Why? Because they know Donald Trump is going to fucking eat him for breakfast. Ever since Hunter Biden's story dropped, Joe Biden hasn't been fucking seen in public. Why do you think that is? You know? The bottom line here is that, you all don't have a leg to stand on when it comes to this. And I understand there's a lot of people out there that love President Trump, love Donald J. Trump when he was an entrepreneur, loved Donald J. Trump when he was dating strippers and porn stars and supermodels. You all loved him and couldn't fucking stomach to be without him. But man, when he became president and defeated Hillary Clinton within fucking miles, you guys knew. The Harvey Weinsteins of the world, the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world, the Bill Clintons of the world, the Hillary Clintons of the world. I'm not done with you, Hillary. I'm not done with you. The dark state is coming. The dark state is coming. And that'll be my newest documentary, will be up probably within the following summer. I have another YouTube channel as well, by the way, called Darkest Eyes. So I'm going to be very busy on a project there. I'm going to be running both projects at the same time. I can tell you guys that the dark state is going to have a lot of information regarding Bill Clinton's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. Stuff that you guys just don't, that you're not going to see anywhere else. So you guys are going to have to stay tuned for that. I'm going to be very, very adamant, and I'm going to be very adamant, and I'm going to be very forward about one thing: that a vote for Donald J. Trump is not just a vote against Democrats. It's not a vote for capitalism. It's not a vote for the economy, for healthcare. He's already admitted that he's going to slam Obamacare into the dumpster. He's already admitted it, guys. But you know what? He's already dropped prices for insulin. There's the Right to Try Act, which has a key importance for people with cancer. Did you realize that fucking 80%, 90% of the treatments out there available for cancer patients cost hundreds of thousands of dollars? Some of them do. And then there's other fucking treatments for cancer, even chemo, that costs thousands of dollars a month. People can't afford it. People can't, under Obamacare, people can't afford it. With doing away with the Affordable Care Act, what it allows is for pharmaceutical companies to meet their required prices. Okay? It's basically taking the middleman out of the picture, saying, no, fuck you, you can't, the pharmaco companies cannot bargain, cannot auction off their medications anymore, their treatments anymore. They have to have a set rate across the fucking board. So tell me how that's not good for America. There's not one valid fact about President Trump that does not meet the needs of the American people. What I'm saying by this, by the way, is that everything that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris has said, oh, he's going to rip Social Security apart. He hasn't done any of that yet. He hasn't touched, and he doesn't plan on touching Social Security. He's not going to add to it anytime soon, I don't think. And frankly, you know what? When you're getting $1,000 or $2,000 a month from the fucking government, that's a lot of money in the U.S., okay? That's a lot of fucking money in the U.S. Rent in some places is only $500, $600 a month. Get up off your ass, get a fucking part-time job, and start giving back to the country that has been so kind to give back to you. And I'm speaking specifically to you fucking illegal immigrants out there. You illegal migrants who are receiving free healthcare, free housing, free this, free that, Like, fuck off and get a fucking job, man. The bottom line here, I'm kind of running out of time. YouTube only gives me about 15 minutes to record now. But there's something I have to get across. And that is, in the words of John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And what you can do is on November 3rd, 2020, you can go to the polls, in the words of Michael Moore, and you can show the government, you can show the Democrat-elect that you're so fed up, and put a big red fucking X beside the name of the man that has overturned the democratic corrupt system that you are so fucking, fighting so hard against today. And you know what? Put that big red fucking X beside the name of the man that has been there for you, Donald J. Trump. Love y'all. Peace.